delay. Now, what if I told you that everything you've been doing in your healing journey has been keeping you stuck? Your journal, your therapy, your prayers, your declarations, all of it. And you're still stuck in the same cycle. I cannot see. I need you all to your video about, okay? Before we I am hosting start this Monday, June 2nd. It's called the Halfway Healed Challenge, okay? We are officially halfway through 2026. I may hold this microphone. We're going to have 5 nights live on Zoom, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going deeper into this, all right? If you're serious about your healing journey, if you want to get started with your healing journey, if you feel stuck in your healing journey, if you're in the middle of your healing journey, if you feel like you don't know what to do next in your healing journey, the link is pinned in the chat. You can also, well, it'll be in the description of this video, and I'll probably put it in the comments after the video is over. All right. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Renisha. This is the Healing Suite Owl. I'm the inner healing and deliverance coach. And if nobody has checked on you today, that is exactly why I'm here. I think I'm just used to holding the microphone. So I lost my father when I was 12 years old. I spent 2 decades surviving in an abusive church, in relationships, and even in my own mind. So I know from the inside what it feels like to be halfway healed. I'm not just pulling this stuff out of thin air, okay? I also know what it's like to feel like something is just fundamentally wrong with me. I have asked myself so many times. I don't ask myself that anymore, but I used to ask myself a lot, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Something has to be wrong with me. Okay, so that's what we're talking about tonight. As you come in, hit the like button. My bad. Thank you all. For those of you that liked the video even before I started, I appreciate you because that pushes everything out into the algorithm. Okay, so before I give you these 5 signs, I need to give you one truth first. And I hope you all can hear me good. This conversation is not about shame. Okay, we're not doing that. We do not dwell in shame. Your healing is not a faith problem. It is not a prayer problem. It is not a lack of discipline or a lack of desire. Okay? Your spirit, I have a lot of faith filled people who follow me. Okay? Your spirit got saved. Your nervous system didn't get the memo. So we need to make that distinction early. So when you gave your life to Christ, right, you were brand new. That's real. But your nervous system is still running that old program from when you were 10 years old. That survival software that was installed back then is still in there. Okay. The little girl that knew she grew up in a home where it wasn't safe for her to speak, express herself, to have needs, things like that. Your body remembers all of this, you all. And you don't get this software update just because you changed addresses in the spirit. I know we love to be deep. We're not doing that tonight. So everything that you are about to hear, I need you to receive this as information, not as some sort of indictment. I need you to write it down. Note takers are history makers. Write it down. These signs are not here to expose you. They're here to just name what you've been living through so you can finally finish the work. Does this make sense? Can y'all type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me good? I know y'all don't like to talk. Guys, send me some subscribers. Send me some subscribers that's going to talk back to me. All right. So let's jump in the 5 signs that you are halfway healed. I'm going to move through each one and just count how many you resonate with. All right. So, sign number one, excuse me. Sign number one, you are managing your pain, not moving through it. Write that down. So, you are someone, you journal, you pray over yourself. You've done the inner child work. You know your attachment style, your love language. You know some other stuff, and I'm not going to name because I don't necessarily agree with it, right? If somebody asks you how you're doing, you'll say, well, I'm better. And that's because you're better than you were 3 years ago. But here's what I need you to say out loud and also write down. And I think I did a whole separate video on this. Coping is not healing. Write that down. Coping is not healing. Some of you have gotten so good at managing your symptoms, and I know who's here. You're high functioning women. That's who follows me, right? You all have gotten so good at managing your symptoms that coping, it looks like healing from the outside. You've built, hold on. Where's the wound? This is going to be the wound. Y'all know I like props. You built a whole structure around your wound, but the wound is still there. It may be a little bit quieter now. It's not healed. It's just been contained, okay? And there's a real difference between a wound that has closed and a wound that you just learned to work around. You just diddly daddling. I don't know how to say that. Around your wound. This is called high functioning dissociation. Your mind has built workarounds while your nervous system stays in the same trauma response it has been in since childhood. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. So you are managing, but you're not finished. Okay? Type a 1 in the chat if the first sign resonated with you. Here's sign number 2. Your body is still carrying what your prayers haven't released. Write that down. How many of you have prayed? Like really prayed. Some of you pray in African tongues. You've been on your face laying prostrate. You have been fasting. You have had tears and all, and then you still walk away from those prayers feeling heavy. You walk away feeling heavy. Your chest is still tight. Your shoulders are still like this, won't even come down. That's because the exhaustion is living in your body. It's living in your bones. Some of you are like, yeah, I'm tired, down to my bones, right? Most of us were just told, oh, you're just going through spiritual warfare. It's just spiritual warfare. And I'm not, some things have a spiritual warfare component, but this is what's happening in your body. Your body is trying to discharge stored trauma energy that prayer alone will not release. Don't be offended. Prayer changes things. Yes, it does. And faith without works is dead. Stay with me, okay? So trauma doesn't just live in your mind. It lives in your tissues. I remember someone who kept having knee pain, just this knee pain, going to the doctor. They don't know what it is. And then God revealed to me that's trauma in your knee. You all have even probably seen different videos on social media where these different doctors, masseuse, somatic practitioners, I don't know, whoever, they're going through doing procedures on these people's body, and it's trauma that's been trapped in the body and they're getting it to come out, okay? So it lives in your tissues. It lives in the way your shoulders rise when someone raises their voice, the tightness that you feel in your chest, and you don't even know why. You just scared and can't even name why. You're dealing with this anxiety. You always have this low grade anxiety and you've just accepted it as normal. That's not normal. I don't care what they're telling you on social media. It is not normal to be anxious all the time. Okay? Prayer can open the door, but your body still has to walk through it. And if your nervous system has never felt safe enough to fully let go, that weight that you're feeling is going to stay. Maybe even physical weight. Even after the altar call, even after the deliverance session, even after the 40-day fast, and even after the breakthrough, you have got to do more than that. Drop a 2 in the chat. Even if you're watching the replay, please, somebody talk back to me. All right, let's go to sign number 3. Oh, shoot. Sign number 3, and this is what a lot of you struggle with. You cannot stop saving everybody else. A lot of you struggle with that. Some of you grew up as the person who always held everything together. Maybe you were the oldest, you could have been the baby, maybe the middle child, doesn't even matter. You were the one that your mother came to when she fell apart. You were the one they said, oh, you're so mature for your age. Maybe you were the child who just figured out early that if you stayed small and if you didn't have needs and just stayed helpful, that everything would be better. It'll be safe for you. Now I'm thinking about one of my kids from when I worked in child protective services, right? But some of you've been doing this so long that your nervous system has built an entire threat response around this, okay? So your body has genuinely learned that if I stop watching all of these people, something bad is going to happen. If I can't hold it together, everything, all of these people, everything just going to fall apart. If I can't hold it together, and if I rest, oh my God, I can't rest. I don't have time to rest. I'm going to miss something. This is what your body learned. You literally cannot turn this thing off. You can't even receive from people without immediately trying to give something back to them. Okay? You feel guilty when you do try to rest, as if rest has to be earned, as if you're a robot. You're not. You feel selfish for having any type of need. You will talk yourself out of having legitimate needs. And then when someone asks you how you're doing, your first instinct is to check on them first. No, how are you? We'll get to me later. Forget about me. How are you? A lot of you struggle with that. And it's not just your personality. Oh, Renisha, you don't understand. I'm just a lover. I'm a lover. I'm a nurturer. This just comes natural for me. No, what comes natural is the fact that you're in survival mode. What comes natural is that you've been in survival mode for decades. This is survival hardware. It's not you just being a nurturer, okay? And no amount of positive thinking is going to rewire hardware. That is a nervous system conversation, period. Drop a 3 in the chat if number 3 resonated with you. Okay? Sign number 4. Peace makes you nervous. Now, this one is sneaky. When things start going well, when a good season opens up, when you have this phenomenal relationship, too many days go by when nothing is on fire. Instead of you settling and resting in that, you start to get anxious. You start to get nervous. You start waiting for something to happen. You are looking for a problem before one can ever find you. And some of you will self-sabotage right up and through here. It's not because you don't want the good thing, but your trauma has watched every good thing end. So you're just expecting it. Your nervous system doesn't know how to sit in peace. That pink light is so pretty. Okay. Your nervous system doesn't know how to sit in peace. It is just preparing for the next disaster, right? It's seen it 100 times before. So your trauma memory says good things always come to an end. This is just a calm that comes before the storm. There's no need for you to celebrate. Don't get too happy because you know something bad is about to happen. Y'all, I used to be the same way. This is your body trying to protect you, and it's starting to gear up for impact even before impact has arrived. You do not have a trust problem. I used to say, I don't trust nobody because of X, Y, and Z. I got trust issues. I got trust issues. I got trust issues. A lot of y'all say that it's not a trust problem. You have a nervous system that has been trained by evidence. It has seen what has happened to you over and over and over again, and it is trying to keep you from being blindsided. This is not a spiritual failure. This is a body that's intelligent. Your body is intelligent, okay? It learned too well. Drop a 4 in the chat if number 4 resonated with you. And here's sign number 5. You love Jesus and you still get triggered like it's 2009. Your faith is real. Your relationship with God is real. And you can still shut down when someone raises their voice. That still happens to me. Nobody's perfect. Now, I may not be as bad, but as soon as someone raises their voice at me or something inside, I get triggered. Like, please don't raise your voice at me. All right. You can still fly off the handle in an argument, right? And you don't understand why. You can still feel that little girl rise up in you when your mother calls you. You see her name on the screen, or your father. A lot of you used to message me telling me everything I'm describing about my mama. It applies to your father. So when you see your father or your mother calling, that little girl in you can lock up and get nervous. Or it could just be someone that spoke to you the way your mother or father did. It is absolutely true that a lot of people end up in relationships with people that remind them of their parents. That's a whole nother thing, okay? And here's the thing, you've prayed about it, you repented, you asked God to take it away, you decreed, you declared, and you still get triggered. The trigger's still there. The trigger's still there. But here's what the church never told you. Salvation changes your destination. That'll preach right there. Salvation changes your destination, but healing changes your daily experience. And they are not the same work. And we don't have enough churches even talking about the healing part of it. Everything is just over spiritualized, but people need to heal. The reason why we're seeing so much mess in the church now, the reason why we see trauma after trauma, generation after generation in the church, abuse after abuse, your grandma, your daddy, your son, your nephew, all these people abuse in the church is because we have a bunch of unhealed people. And they're just shouting and dancing and prophesying over it, but nobody wants to sit down and deal with their demons. That's the phrase y'all like to use now. All right. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. I'm almost done actually, but your spirit is new, but your nervous system is still operating on that old survival software that was built when you were 9 years old in a house that just was not safe. It wasn't safe to be yourself. And that is not a lack of faith. It's physiology. Okay. Physiology requires a different type of intervention other than prayer alone. So you can be saved, yes, full of the Holy Spirit, yes, walking in your calling, your assignment, your purpose, absolutely. Okay? I don't need you to be embarrassed. I need you to be real, connected. Connection. Go back and give you 5 signs again. So I just gave 5 signs. You are managing your pain, not moving through it. So you know you prayed, you did the inner child work, you did all this stuff, you went to therapy, you know your attachment style, your love language, all of that, but you still won't allow it to move through you. That was sign number 1. You're coping. You know how to cope. You know how to make it look good, but you're not healing for real. Sign number two, your body is still carrying what your prayers haven't released. I'm not saying prayer doesn't work. All I'm saying is you need more than prayer. I remember I was gonna make a t-shirt one time that said, Jesus told me to get a therapist. All right. So faith without works is dead. Sign number three, you cannot stop saving everyone else. I know the women that follow me, many of you, that is your issue. You want to be everything for everybody. That is another sign that you are halfway healed. Sign number four, peace makes you nervous. You cannot sit with yourself. You always got to be doing something. You love chaos. You need to be needed. All right. And then sign number five, you love Jesus, but you still get triggered. Stop over spiritualizing it. You can absolutely love God, pray, have a real relationship with Him, all of that, and still need to do work on your nervous system. You can still shut down when someone approaches you the way your mother or your father used to. And that is okay. All right. So, another myth that I want to address before I end, right? Healing doesn't mean that you'll never get triggered again, you all. Healing doesn't mean you're never going to get triggered. Healing means the trigger no longer runs your life. I'm going to tell y'all a story about that. But you have to understand that healing is a journey. You're not going to get to the place where, oh my God, I never get triggered and I never get upset. Da, 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 da. No. Some of you think because you still get triggered that you've done something wrong. Absolutely not. And to ago, little love stories. Oh, I just want to run into my husband in the aisle of the grocery store. I ran into him, and I'm talking about the ex, the one we had our wedding planned out, and so we met when we were 14 and 15. Just a perfect love story for our kids. Yeah, that ex. I ran into him, and I am so proud of how I responded. He has never known me outside of survival mode. But when I said my response, I said, oh God, I'm healed. I'm healing. That was the hardest soul tie I ever had to break. I didn't even stop to talk to him. I didn't go hug him like I normally would do. Smiling when he saw me, but that smile up real quick when he saw, I was just like, and I kept going. All right. So make it trigger. But it's all about how you respond, okay? So we've identified the five steps. Just coming in, hit the like button, listen to the replay. You'll know which one belongs to you. The question now is, what are you going to do with that? So starting Monday, June 22nd, I'm having a healing challenge. It's called the Halfway Heal Challenge. We are halfway through 2020. I was about to say, what is the year? 2026 is going to be 5 nights on a private platform. It will not be on Zoom, you all. It's going to be on a private platform. We are going to do exactly what we introduced tonight. Everybody says they want to be healed, but not 5 nights. Private platform, some little cute motivation minutes work for the women who are tired of being whole, almost good, almost free. Okay, so you can register at the general or the VIP letter. VIPs get the replays of the session. They get a private one-on-one, 15-minute one-on-one call from me the following week. And I was thinking about adding a mass deliverance session for the VIPs, but I don't know. Y'all can let me know if y'all want that or need that. I don't know if I want to deal with everything that comes. Okay, it says to it's storming over here. What in the world? Don't send me emails and DMs telling me how bad you want to work with me if you won't take advantage of opportunities like this. All right, it's time for me to end because it's tripping. It's storming over here. So, as a woman who lost her father at 12, survived verbal abuse, sat in a controlling church for years, wondering why I felt God, but peace still felt impossible, I know halfway healed feels like, and I know what it feels like to finish. So this DM me on YouTube. However, well, you can now DM me on YouTube. Y'all already heard. You did type my prayer. I love typing.